So, Christian women, what is God's will according to Scripture? Well, let's read Psalm 40, verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yeah, thy law is within my heart. God's law, his 10 commandments, is written on our heart when we choose to obey them. And then, so that's the first greatest commandment. That's how you love God, with all your heart, mind, and soul, right? Because you are constantly meditating on the 10 commandments, you're living them, you're walking in the truth, the way, the truth, and the life, which is what the Messiah said. He was the way, the truth, and the life, and he came teaching obedience to the 10 commandments. He came fulfilling the royal law, which is to rebuke sin. In other words, rebuking people who claim to know God but were not keeping the 10 commandments. Therefore, he rebuked them. For example, with the woman who was caught in adultery, she was breaking the 7th commandment of God, and they all wanted to stone her. So, because they were still under the sacrificial law of sin and death, the law of stoning and sacrificing animals to atone for their sin, right? So by example, he was showing them what he came to do. Because he didn't stone her, he rebuked her with his mouth. He said, because she was breaking the 10 commandments, caught in breaking the 7th commandment, committing adultery, and he said, go and sin no more. That's loving your neighbor. When they're in sin, you tell them, you rebuke them. That's the sacrifice worthy unto God. So his example was showing them what he came to do. He came to abolish the sacrificial law, the law of sin and death, the schoolmaster they were under. He came to nail that to the cross, Colossians 2:14. That's why he died on the cross, and that's why he said, it is finished. Because he came to finish the sacrificial law, because he was the ultimate sacrifice. He took it all upon him. So we don't have to sacrifice animals to atone for our sin anymore. He was the sacrificial lamb. And then the second great commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself, which is to fulfill the royal law, James 2:8, right? Which is to rebuke sin, Leviticus 19:17. Because we define scripture by scripture. That's God's will. That's the gospel in a nutshell. Praise Yah.